Mostly this?
I cannot get number 6 because it makes no sense.
Okay, then we will get it together.
I got that, like...
I want to say there was something else we were working on too, but I'm not really I wasn't looking when you started. Were you doing number 6?
Number 5.
Oh, number 5. Okay. Okay. You have the list of styles. I know we talked about that a little bit. I think were we gonna review?
Oh, you want to hear the mambo, by the way?
Sure. Let me hear it. That was the other one. Time for me, please. I know Dad's getting it, but I got another student who's working on it right now. The reason for that is I've got another student who's working on it right now, and so in fact, I did that with you now that I think about it. When you were getting really frustrated about all this jazz stuff, I showed you a video that I took of Wyatt playing all this stuff. I don't know if you remember that, but I did. And there's, especially with guys, there's something in the competition, you know, seeing another student who's got it. It's like
testosterone.
Yeah, you'll kind of buckle down and get it done because, well, he can do it. I can do it too. Like, yeah, all right, let's go.
But, I mean, I got the mambo down actually pretty quick.
Yeah, it sounds good. I can be nitpicky about one extra right-hand click that you're doing, but I think... See, when you don't have your foot, that was correct. But when you added your foot, there was an extra... that it was consistently happening.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not too worried about it right now.
Did I do that?
It's in the 2 bar, so not in the ga. It's in the other one. Gaku. It's in that one. Yeah. You see 4 hits. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's there's a bass drum that's supposed to be by itself. Dat do. So dat do.
Well, it's supposed to be by.
Daku. So there's you so hit both hands, bass drum, both hands, right hand. Mm-hmm. But that's, I mean, we're talking about, you know, you got 99% of it. So
Or like
realistically, if you did play it that way, like only people that really play this stuff a whole lot are even going to know the difference anyway. And maybe then even not, they might be wrapped up in the one they're doing. So I'm not tripping about it. That was close. That was correct. There you go. That was it. So all of it looked right.
That explains why I felt it was off.
Yeah, because you were having to dig in for 4 hits. Mm-hmm. So, the other thing, if you want a significant feel change, all you got to do is do the same thing with the tip of the stick on the bell. And you'll now the feel it'll feel a lot different.
I was just practicing on the right.
Yeah. That is how I end my Latin tunes.
You just do that.
What I will say is watching you kind of just throw that in all over the place, that means that you're having a lot of fun with that fill, which takes me way back. Because when I first learned that fill, I put it in everywhere that I
It's
could.
not around
because
the
it was...
world. This is around the world. I just go.
Yeah. So yeah, that's when I first learned how to pop my stick off of the snare drum. That was the fill that I used it for. And get the flip.
But the Alice Tapario, but not the.
No, not off the ground, but you've seen me do it before, where I hit the snare.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
It's less about. So what you're thinking is you're thinking LS Tapario, where he lets go of it, and it hits and comes back.
Yeah.
It's not even close to that. So you don't actually bounce it off of the drum. You're not doing that, right?
Yeah, yours.
I mean, some people probably have the control for that, but I didn't practice it that way. You hit it, and then when I pull my hand up, I flick with my wrist. So it's actually just so if you were to slow it down, what you would see is you would see my fill, and then I would hit the flam and then flip. It's not the. But when you're going that fast, they can't tell. They think you flipped it off of the head.
Yeah, but how do you do that, like, off the floor?
Ask him. Go into the comment section, see if he'll answer you. Because I don't know.
I think he put, like, dents in his foot.
I tried it for a while after I saw it. I was like, I wonder if, like, just doing this a handful of times, if I can eventually get one that's, like, kind of close, and then just copy that, and I did it for, like, 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't want to spend an hour throwing my stick on the ground and picking it back up.
I can really do stick flips. I don't know how Mason is.
You want to know how Mason can do it? It's because that's all Mason's doing.
Yeah, bro, he does
it actually drives me crazy because Mason, while I'm talking to Mason, he'll sit here and he's just doing this over and over again. I'm like, did you hear what I said? And he's, like, okay, tell me what I said. And I'm like, okay, stop. So I've started to have him put his sticks down, but he's doing it well because he just does it a bunch.
Yeah, but how does he do like that?
Don't worry about that direction until you feel like you're very strong at this direction.
Yeah, I can do half flips. So easy.
Well, you want to get to a whole flip if possible.
Oh, I can.
Yeah. So if you can get that consistently, then we can talk about the other one. But I'll tell you right now, the other one's usually not recommended, and the reason for it is because unless you're a drummer, it's not more impressive than the other one, but it's like twice as unsafe.
It is more impressive because you do this and the stick flips.
Yes, but what I'm saying is because you're a drummer, you know that. You understand that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in the same sense that if I take a drum solo and I played something like that Latin groove, and then because I've literally done this in a drum solo before. So I played a hard Latin part like that, and I kind of did it for a while, and then I transitioned into sort of this double bass thing or whatever. The people cheered the loudest when I was going that was where they cheered the most. I was like, this was the easiest part of my solo. So not everybody in the audience, they don't think like drummers.
Yeah.
So they don't know what's difficult for a drummer and what's easy for a drummer. They hear something that they perceive as difficult, and that's what they get excited about. They think going fast is hard. And you know I can't talk over that, right? Yeah. So, but they'll look at something like that isn't particularly difficult. That is easier than the Latin groove you just learned, correct?
Yeah, I didn't like
a lot easier, but they don't know that. They have a tendency to think that speed is the hardest part of drumming.
No.
So, but that's just how it works. So in the same sense that somebody who, let's say that someone's in the audience as far back as where the front door is. Can you imagine? Pretend that wall's not there.
That's
all the way to the front door, right?
That's
if you flip a stick from all the way over there, are they going to tell that you went this way or this way?
No.
Not really. They're going to see the stick go up in the air and they're going to see you catch it. They're going to see it spinning. That's part of the reason why this one works just as well as this one. Which one do you think was harder for me to learn?
Second one.
The second one took a long time to condition my fingers to be able to spin like that.
I'm just watching your fingers and I don't get it. Teach me that.
It's hard and it takes a long time. This, on the other hand, is
Yeah.
not, and it's much safer. I'm less likely to lose the stick doing this than I am doing this. But most of the time, the audience doesn't know the difference.
Yeah.
So you pick the safer option because that way you're not dropping your sticks all the time. It's less work for you, all of that kind of stuff, unless you're particularly passionate about it and you really. That's pretty close. You're not that far. You spend a little more time with that and you're able to do it.
Eventually just goes.
Eventually, but part of it is the finger strength, and the other part is how long your fingers are. See?
Hold on. Let me get my.
So look at how high your palm is. Yeah, there you go.
But no, we're just comparing finger length, and then mine are like as long as yours.
No, because your palm is all the way up here.
We're comparing finger length.
Okay, then where does your finger bend?
Like. Right
So
here.
knuckle to knuckle, right? My knuckle is right about there. So this is where the base of the fingers are.
Yeah,
so
but
maybe
mine
my
are
palm
pretty
is a little
close.
bit longer too, so that's fair. That's a fair idea. But knuckle to knuckle now, my fingers are still longer. So
Just
I have
like
longer
by that
fingers and I
much.
have more muscle in there, which is what allows me to hold on to it without it. Even then, mine will still slide. If I do it forever, see,
Yeah, I can see.
eventually you can see it starting to slide. So you
Start
want
up like at the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a question about another trick.
Okay.
Let's get into your
It's like
drums.
that-
Jared.
It's like that double where you go
Oh.
like super fast. That one. That's just
Maybe we can talk about that another time. That's another Ellis Apario kind of a thing. I haven't really messed with that. So I could pick that apart and figure out what he's doing. I've seen it a couple times, but
yeah, just,
there's lots of little tricks like that. The one-handed snare drum roll. Like,
it's that just. It's not good.
but, yeah. There's all kinds of stuff. But those are good when you're playing live on stage because they add. You know, it adds the excitement of the crowd. But obviously, the most important thing is that you're tight. So when I showed you that chip hitter video of him juggling, that video would have been useless if he was dropping his tempo or, his groove fell apart or whatever. The fact that he was able to play tight in the pocket while doing those things, that's what makes it impressive. So I don't believe in practicing stick tricks more than actually practicing like you're playing. Because, you end up as this guy who can do all of these cool tricks, but nobody wants to hire you because your playing actually kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And that's no good. That's not good for anybody. Okay?
I mean, like, once I'm older, we can focus on
Well,
stick tricks.
I think just playing with them a little bit at a time, rather than waiting for you to get to a certain age and then doing a whole bunch of it at once, I think just a little bit here and there will be fine. We'll get it figured out. Okay. So that definitely chewed through warm-up time, but that's okay. We did our mambo, which is great. As far as your charts, everything else you remember, right? Do you remember Bossa?
Not really.
Okay. Because you remember why I had you put that list together?
Just to get them all down, remember the old ones so Dad can just point to it and I can
Yep.
whip it out.
Yep. The big one is that if you are in a situation and someone asks you, can you play a bossa, I need you to know immediately.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Or I can
If
do
someone
that
asks you to
for
play a samba,
kids.
you got to know immediately. They say, let's play some Latin rock immediately, right? The other one is if you the better you know it, the better you can identify it too. So another one that'll happen is I had a session in here a little while ago, and a guy comes in here and he says, hey, I want you to play something that kind of sounds like this, and then he pulls it up and I'm able to identify it. Oh, okay, that's kind of like a hip hop sort of a thing. Like, okay, I know a couple things in that area, and you can kind of play around with it, but you can identify it instead of it being completely foreign, right? Before I taught you that groove, if I had just sat down and said, hey, I want you to play something that kind of sounds like this, and you had just listened to that, you weren't even able to watch me, you would have gone, how the heck? What am I supposed to do? I have no idea. You would kind of hear the melody, bop, bop, ba-da-ba-doo, bop, ba-boo, and you'd have to try to just put something together that will match that melody in your head. But the more that you know about styles, and the more familiar you are with them, the quicker you can come up with an answer. Make sense? So, I want to take just a little bit of time on this too, and then we'll hop over to our jazz. But I want to make sure that, and the point of the list was so that you could look at it, and if there's something that you see on here that doesn't immediately register to you, that you know that's something that you need to work on, right?
Yeah.
So if I point to samba, can you do it immediately?
I don't know the partito alto anymore.
Okay.
Oh.
Two downbeats, 3 upbeats, and then 2 downbeats. Da 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 da. 1, 2.
Okay.
So you put that in with your samba. Ba 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 ba. With it, when you're first kind of using it, it's okay to play them unison on your hands. So what I mean is,
We've done that before though, so I can just.
yeah, so you can work on it on your own. But when you take a look at something on this list and you go, I don't know how to do that, then we review it, right? The same thing as bossa. Kind of trying to mix your other mambo in there.
What do I use thumb feet or Bayao?
Well, you were mixing it. So bossa is just going to be your samba feet. The easier mambo I showed you. The hard part of going fast is still getting a good, clean cross stick. Because you have to pick up your stick so often. You know, pick up your stick to hit the tom, and put it back down, and then hit the tom.
I just love to go like this. Just and go like.
Your ching 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 ding taku ding ding. You don't have your timekeeping going on your right hand. So I guess if you were to do something like that, you probably would. Yeah, that's probably the way you would run that. All right. Spazatron. Okay. Good. So I'm gonna ask you about Bossa again next week. Okay.
No, can we just do more of that now?
Do a little more Bossa right now?
Yeah.
To drill it into your head? Sure. Go for it.
What's the Bossa again? I just forgot.
It's so probably the quickest way to remember. Other than, if you can't seem to hear the melody in your head, then bossas are gonna be samba feet, but not that fast. So slow bossa or slow samba, and then your cross stick is just dotted quarter notes starting on 2. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 4, and 1.
Well, I can't read those, so those are going to be pinned up on the wall.
It's
So
okay, I
can't read
can.
that from that far away.
Okay, well, you can rewrite it to whatever you want later, but I'm just writing down some notes. So, partito alto. Down, down. Up, up,
Up,
up,
up, down,
down,
down.
down. So
And then
1, 2. This is 3. And 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then slow samba feet, cross stick is dotted quarter notes starting on 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Cool.
Let's jump into some of this.
Yeah, I'm only on number 5.
Okay. Then we've spent a lot of time on number 3, right? Can we review number 4 a little bit? And then we'll jump into 5?
I don't know. I do not remember.
Okay. Well, work it out then. So always what you're looking for is you're looking for usually 1 to 2 beats. You want to cut it down to 1 to 2 beats, right? So that's just going to be what? Just a crash on 1, right? It's going to be a crash on 1. And then this. It's just this. 3 and. So rough bark. Right? So rough bark. Then you have a space. So I would put a pickup here. Crash, rough bark, a dooba dooba.
Alright, so.
Da da dooba dooba ba. And then ba, a rough bark, right? Because if you take that away, we get right. Sing.
Like, so it's just.
Crash, rough bark, a dooba dooba. Crash, bop, rough bark, a dooba dooba.
Rough bar.
So this is the same as that.
Oh.
See? Repeating patterns.
I did it!
Oh man, I'm over here. Okay, I'm like trying to get myself oriented. missing stuff, but you can hear how it's supposed to, right? Bark. Kind of. You got it. You can do it. Okay. So, this seems to be what's bugging you.
Yeah.
So, do. But don't come in with this too fast because it's on a downbeat, not an upbeat. Yeah. Do-ba-do-ba. Crash.
And then
This helps you visualize it, right? Let's do some of this.
that
So watch.
That does not help me visualize.
You say that, but
It does.
here we go. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crash. A rough bark. A do-ba-do-ba. Crash. Boom ba. A do-ba-do-ba.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand. That. Yeah.
So hit
Can-
snare. A rough bark. Try
Can
just
you
that.
go-
Well, it's not upbeat, upbeat. Yeah, you don't have to flam it and make a big thing out of it. But just a little bop.
Can I just do
Bop,
like,
bop. If that's easier, but I don't know why it would be easier to put your hands further apart. But you
I
can.
already have the momentum going here. Otherwise, I have to start up.
It's not incorrect. So if you want to do both hands there, that's fine as long as you remember to do that. Crash, rough bark, a do-ba-do-ba. Crash, bop, rough bark, a do-ba-do-ba.
Yeah, just repeating with a bob in the middle.
Yeah, sort of.
You know what?
Because yeah, actually, take a look at this. 2 quarter notes tied together equals what?
A half note?
Yeah, pretty similar.
So it's just got.
They're very similar. It's almost like playing the same thing twice. The only difference is that this plays on 4, this plays on 1. So you have to add 1 extra beat right here, which is that. Bop.
Now I have Out of Nowhere stuck in my head.
Same.
Sure sounds like it. Do you need to hear it again?
No, I think I got
Okay.
it. We're on number 5.
No, we haven't got. You went for the symbol. I don't care if you missed it. I don't care if you missed it. You went for it, which it was correct. Okay.
Wait, so is it like.
Yeah. A do ba do
Yeah,
ba.
makes sense.
Crash. Ba. A rough bark. A do ba do
I
ba.
think of like paparazzi. Paparazzi.
Sure. Sure. If you like that, go for it.
Cool. Got it.
Okay. Cool. Play it one more time, then we'll go to number 5. We'll spend the rest of our time on number 5. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You just like
So I see that there's 2 lines. Don't ding twice. Right?
ding twice, but do a rough thing on the
Well,
second one.
this is so close to this that you don't really have time for it. Do ba ding a room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you understand. Yeah, you're not do ba ding ding room. That's 5 counts.
Yeah.
Okay? Cool. All right, number 5. Let's take it apart little by little. first measure should be easy, right?
Yeah, I got this one.
Oh, you got it already. Let me hear it.
That's the one I was telling you about.
Cool. Let's do it then. Right, you said you were having problems with number 6.
I did. I just never did number 6.
Oh, gotcha.
What
Okay.
is that?
Don't worry about it. Let's do number 5 first.
I'm not gonna remember this one.
Go ahead. You can pick it apart little by little. Yeah. So I might hit the crash for that one just to give it some variety, but the rhythm you played was correct. So you're not incorrect for doing it. So boom, ba, rough bark, bark, crash. Rat, tzz, tzz, gzz.
I just want.
You did. So
I was trying to get it.
rhythmically, you're correct. I'm saying yours was good. Better would be to crash.
Oh, so I need an A+, okay.
Good.
Yay!
That sounds great. Okay.
Can we just skip this and go to that?
It's so.
This one's like
This is the same. It's gonna be the same thing as all these other ones, right? You struggle with it at first, but once you understand it, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So let's pick it apart measure by measure. What is this? This is easy peasy for you. Yeah. Crash a dooba dooba. Okay.
I don't understand the second measure at all.
You could easily play this a
But
rough bark bark bark.
Why not rough bark bark crash?
Because this comes in too quick.
What is that, by the way?
Oh man, that's a lot. That's
Is that rough bark?
a rough bark bark, a rough bark bark.
No, rough bark bark bark, a rough bark bark. Right?
A
Rough bark.
rough bark bark, a rough bark bark. Rat zzz, zzz, rat zzz, zzz. Yeah. Good. And then you even remember to not play that one. Ding, 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 rum. Good. That was 4.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's the and of 4, so you're not going to end up hitting 1. A rough bark bark, a rough bark bark. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. Wow. Now you need to give it rock beat.
Wait.
So, the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Crash, bop, boom, bop. Oh, I started reading 5.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4. Crash, dooba dooba. A rough bark bark, a rough bark bark. 2, 3, 4. So the only other thing to be careful of is to watch your space here.
So what do I need? Like 1.5, 2?
Yeah. So 2 is the only like totally dead beat, right? Crash, dooba dooba. 2, rough bark bark. 2,
Why
a rough
would
bark.
we do?
2, a rough bark bark. I'm not telling you to play 2. I'm saying that's the only beat that's totally dead all by itself. This is tied to the end of 4, so you're gonna only hit 2. I guess you could hit ding, a rough bark, so you could hit 2, 3, rat, zzz, zzz.
You just said hit 2, 3. Okay.
I'm just giving. I'm not talking about like you're playing jazz. Like, don't be ridiculous, right? So here's the deal. If you're doing a bell, would you consider a bell to be an accented or unaccented note?
Both. Bell just puts in some extra.
And that turns it into
An
accented note.
So
So
you
you're
accent
bringing
the-
attention to it.
It's the only
If I played. I'm bringing attention to beat 4. I'm accenting it. Okay? Even if I wasn't actually doing the accent itself, just playing on the bell. Now I'm no longer physically accenting, but I'm still bringing attention to beat 4. So by hitting the bell, you're bringing attention to it. If there's the slash right here, is that a note that should be brought attention to? No. Because it's down. So it's a timekeeper for you to keep track of where everything is. A do ba do ba ding ding a rough bark bark a rough bark bark 2 3 4 room.
Alright. Now I have a dope bug stuck in my mind.
Let's get this real quick and then we're done for today.
That sounds good. It's still
I feel your brain getting fried, so let's just push out the last little bit and then we'll be done, all right?
Yeesh.
Yeesh. Brains are weird, huh? It's weird.
You're stuck rough bark into my mind.
Well, you have to do it twice, but you still have to be able to do this. You gotta be able to fit both in your brain, not just one. So, work on that one at home. Work on that one at home so that it can be smooth.
Yes.
Okay. But now we've gotten all the way through here. We're now more than halfway through the page. We got 3 left. And even then, does that one look like that's going to be real hard for you?
Based on, well, you're gonna have me like.
These are just bass drums. Da boom boom da boom boom da boom boom da doom doom da doom doo ba doo bark. Yeah. So that one's gonna be easy. So really, you're only looking at 2 more.
Yeah.
And even then, this looks very different, but this is a lot like one you've done already.
Well.
Okay.
I have something
You have something.
that I want you to listen to.
Okay, what is it?
I can probably plug. You can